Liberal streamer Destiny recently went on Piers to discuss Donald Trump along with Francesca, who we've covered multiple times on the channel, and Michael Knowles, the fifth string shadow at the Daily Wire. And Destiny had some really good points to make pertaining to presidential immunity and also to Biden. So I thought we could look through some of these and provide the context where it's needed. Hey, you! Yes, you! Did you know we have memberships for as low as $3 a month? You can help the channel grow, reach new heights, and help protect democracy. And you get a long list of exclusive perks, from members-only polls to getting my videos early. The link is always in the description of every video. If you want, go ahead and check that out. And thank you guys.
This blind allegiance to a leader, literally no matter what he does. It is the engine that powers Republicans. It allows them to lie for their leader. It allows them to excuse horrendous actions by their leader. It allows them to look at a president and after decades of saying, oh, we need to limit the power of government. Oh, we need to limit the power, say, well, maybe the president should actually be above most criminal prosecution. Also, as a quick thing, you keep saying that, no, it's just partial immunity for official acts. What is an official act of the president? If you actually listen to the oral arguments that were presented before the Supreme Court, what that act even is and the ability to even probe for it is stuff now that is now presumed to be immune.
Well,
for instance, just a real quick thing. When Donald Trump is asking Pence, hey, can you throw out the election because I don't like the results, which is a real thing that happened, by the way, as much as Trumpers like to say that's not true, that is counted as an official action because these are the roles of the president and vice president, deciding how to count the electoral votes. That is insanity to me.
Through just wanting to get into the cult, Republicans have thrown away everything that their party once pretended that they valued. In reality, it was just power, which is shown now, but it used to be law and order, limiting government power, fiscal responsibility, all out the window when Trump came into office. And most of it, I believe, comes from Trump supporters being people who weren't into politics, didn't follow politics, didn't affiliate with a party before Trump, and just liking one thing Trump said or liking his personality or the way he says it, whatever it is, they develop this tribal-like demeanor around this one man that they literally see as king, which makes them blindly listen to him and only him, because everything else is fake news. You have to remember that. That's a conspiracy you have to buy into to follow him. And since he doesn't hold actual conservative values, the rest of the Republicans, the elected Republicans, who only care about staying in power and keeping their positions, have to kowtow to him and forget everything that they believed for the last 10 years, to where now they're chanting on the possibility of full presidential immunity, like the president not being held accountable for any acts he commits, solely because it will allow Trump to not be charged for his obvious wrongdoing, even though they would scream corruption if Joe Biden did any of the things that Trump did. They screamed the 2020 election was stolen just because of mail-in ballots, and mostly because Trump says it as well. But imagine if Biden pressured state officials to find him votes that weren't there. Imagine if he pressured Kamala to circumvent the election with fraudulent electors that Biden handpicked to throw the election back his way, even though they were not certified by the state. Imagine if he did any of those things in 2024. Do you think MAGA says, hey, presidential immunity, you know, it's well within his power? Or do you think they lose their minds claiming that they rigged the election and had to steal it from Trump?
Donald Trump is taking insane. Again, the Supreme Court ruling today is unbelievable. The idea that instead on today's show, we're going to focus on whether or not Biden had a bad debate performance is just reflective of the I don't want to say agenda in a negative way, but of what you want to talk about today on this program. Like, I think that the decisions that are being made right now legislatively in the Supreme Court are more important, or that are being made in the Supreme Court are more important.
You know why that's happening?
Whether or not Biden has a bad...
You know why it's happening? Because Trump was able to put 3 judges on the court in one term. You know why that was? Because you put up a terrible candidate, Hillary Clinton, who was incredibly polarizing, very arrogant, very superior, and she got flatlined by Trump when no one saw it coming.
Now, Hillary Clinton was an absolutely terrible candidate, but she did beat Trump by 3 million votes in the popular vote and only lost the Electoral College by 77,000 votes, you know, the affirmative action for Republicans. So calling that a flatline is hilarious, considering Trump barely squeaked that out against someone who was under federal investigation. But it's also important to note that one of those justices that Trump appointed would have been a liberal. I mean, it would have clear-cut been Merrick Garland. Obama appointed him, and still, it's kind of an ew choice. But Senate Republicans just outright refused to hold the hearing for him to be appointed, just outright refusing Obama his presidential ability, which then allowed Trump to have the 3 picks when they had both the House and Senate, which is outright just just indefensible. Like, you cannot defend that. You can't justify it in any way. And a lot of people either overlook that or just don't know, but it shows the lengths that Republicans will go to in order to hold all the political cards and pack the courts, because they know that on legislative and political grounds they're losing, but they can always just fall back on the courts, who will then rule in their favor, which is all the more reason Democrats need to be sure a Democrat gets to nominate the next 2 Supreme Court justices, or we'll be dealing with this for the rest of our lives, the next couple decades at least. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.